welcome back to another Talk Coventry City video. Now today it is the first round of fixtures in the Championship and we're going to be predicting them. This is going to be a weekly thing. It's going to be me versus the guests, and the first week it's Sophie, my sister, as a guest. How are you feeling about football returning on Saturday?
Oh, I'm just so buzzing for it to be back. It's not going to be the same not being in the stadiums, but at least we can watch it online.
I'm going to be doing live reactions to all of Coventry City's games this season, so make sure you watch that on YouTube. But let's get straight into it for the opening weekend round of fixtures. So starting off with Friday night's game, Watford take on Middlesbrough, a really tasty fixture. Middlesbrough, a big club in this division. They didn't have the best of seasons last year, but they've got Neil Warnock. I think they'll be good this season, but Watford have just come down, a lot of people's favourites. I think this is going to be a really tight game, but I've gone with Watford to win this 1-0.
Yeah, I've also gone for Watford to win this, but I've gone 2-1. I do think Middlesbrough are going to be a good team this season. They've got a good manager, so I don't think they're going to make it easy for Watford, but I do think they're going to win it. They've got a very strong squad. Okay,
moving on to the next game then, Barnsley versus Luton Town. Two teams that, you know, did amazing comebacks at the end of last season to survive after what was a really bad season for both of them. They both picked up some really good form at the end of it, and they both deserved to survive. They were both amazing. So this is going to be a really tasty game. I think it's going to be a draw. I've gone for Barnsley 2, Luton 2.
Yeah, again, I've got a draw, but only one goal apiece. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I think they're evenly matched. So I think a draw is fair.
Okay, the next one then is Birmingham City versus Brentford. Brentford, a lot of people's favourites to win the league. Birmingham City, a stubborn team. They could definitely give them a good game, so I think they will. I think it's going to be another draw, actually. I've gone for Birmingham City 1, Brentford 1.
Okay, I disagree with you there. I think Brentford are a very good team, and I know it's a away game, but I still think they're going to win 2-0 that game, so
okay,
be a good game.
Yeah, the next game then is two teams beginning with B. It's Bournemouth versus Blackburn Rovers. Two teams that could surprise us by both doing well this season. Bournemouth have lost a lot of their players like Nathan Ake, Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, and then they lost the manager Eddie Howe, so I think they're going to struggle this season. I think Blackburn are going to take the win, actually. I think they've got a good squad. I've gone for Bournemouth 1, Blackburn 2.
That's interesting. I've actually gone 1-0 Bournemouth, and I'm not even too sure on that myself because Blackburn have got some very good players, and I think they could get a goal back, but I do think Bournemouth could win. So either a 1-0 or a 2-1 for me. Okay, moving on to the next one then, it's Coventry City playing away at Bristol City, our first game back in the Championship after 8 years of absence. Bristol City is not an easy game to start with, though. I think it's going to be very tricky. But I'm going to back Coventry City to get a result. I'm not 100% confident about this, but I'm going to say 1-1, but I do think it's going to be very tough. Yeah, I'd be happy with a draw, but I think Bristol City are going to win 2-1.
Oh.
I know, I should be backing us really, and I'd love for us to win, obviously, but I think it's going to be a late winner as well. I think we're going to go 1-1 up until like the final few minutes, then I think Bristol City is going to nick one.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I feel like
right.
It.
Okay, the next game then is Cardiff City versus Sheffield Wednesday. Two teams that will probably have two very different seasons. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday starting on -12, they're going to be in a bit of a relegation battle through the season. Cardiff City, a lot of teams, a lot of people will predict them to do well this season. But I think it's going to be an even game, actually. I've gone for Cardiff City 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a stalemate. I've got 0-0 for them. I think they're both going to have a proper scrap, and it's going to be an interesting game, but I can't see many goals, so I'm going to go 0-0. Okay,
the next game then is Derby County versus Reading Football Club. Two teams that sort of finished in the Championship last season, not really near the top, not really near the bottom. But I do think Derby will come out on top on Saturday. I think Derby have got a bit more about them than Reading, so I'm going for Derby 2, Reading 1.
Yeah, I've got 1-0 in my predictions, but I think it could even be a 2-0 to Derby. Again, good team. Reading aren't too bad, but I do think that Derby's going to win that game, and I think they're going to keep a clean sheet as well, so a 1-0, possibly 2-0.
Okay, the next game then is Huddersfield Town versus Norwich City. Now, Huddersfield had a pretty poor season last season, and I don't think they're going to be that great this season either. But Norwich City, always going to be favourites in the Championship. I think they're going to win this one quite comfortably. I've gone for Huddersfield Town 0, Norwich City 2.
I've gone Huddersfield 1, Norwich 2, so I do think Norwich are going to win it. I don't think it's going to be that easy for Norwich. I've seen today that Huddersfield have been linked with that James Gardner from Man United, and obviously we're linked with him, and that'd be a great signing for us. Yeah. But they're quite heavily linked with him now, so if he was to sign for them, that'd be great. I don't know if he'd play straight away. but if he did, it could make a difference there. But I do think Norwich is going to win that, so I've got 2-1.
Okay, the next game then is Millwall versus Stoke City. So two teams that once again were both in the Championship last season. Millwall, for me, I think they're going to have a really strong season. Stoke City, I'm not sure about. I think they might finish mid-table this season. Obviously, it could be a very even game, but I've gone for Millwall to come out on top. Millwall 2, Stoke City 1.
Yeah, it could well be that, but I've got Millwall 1, Stoke City 1. I think it's going to be a draw. Two strong teams, and I think it's going to be bit of a scrap, and yeah, I've got 1-1, a draw for me.
Okay, the next game then is Preston North End versus Swansea City. Two teams that could definitely be battling for the playoffs this season. Two teams that were quite good last season as well. I've gone for Preston North End to score 1 and Swansea to score 2.
Interesting. I've got Swansea to win, but I've got them to win 1-0. I think, yeah, you're right, it will be a good game. It's going to be a good battle. But again, I don't think there's going to be many goals, and I think it's going to be a 1-0 win to Swansea.
Okay, the next game then is Queen's Park Rangers versus Nottingham Forest. Two teams that might have different seasons in my opinion. I think QPR will definitely be in the bottom half. I think they might struggle this season. They can definitely prove me wrong. But then you've got Nottingham Forest, a lot of people's favourites as well to have a good season. I think Forest are going to come out on top here. QPR 1, Nottingham Forest 2.
I've got a 3-1 win to Nottingham Forest. I think I've said before they're a very good team. They're a very big team as well, and I think they're going to score a few goals past QPR, and it's going to be a good game, good to watch, and a 3-1 win to Nottingham Forest.
Ooh. Okay, and the last game then is two teams that came up with Coventry City last season. Wycombe Wanderers versus Rotherham United. It's interesting that they're both playing each other on the opening day. It's a great opportunity for them both to pick up some points on the opening day, because both of them will be a lot of people's favourites to get relegated. I do think though that Rotherham United are going to come out on top here today. I think Rotherham have just got that bit more quality. I think they've got Championship experience. They've played in the Championship before, whereas Wycombe will be a bit inexperienced this season. I've gone for Wycombe 0, Rotherham United 1.
So I do think Wycombe will score 1 against them, but I've got a 2-1 win to Rotherham, and I think it could even be 3-1 to be honest. I think Rotherham are a much better team than Wycombe, and I think they're going to show that on Saturday with a win.
Okay, and that rounds up this fixture list prediction then. So make sure to like and subscribe if you've liked the video. And I guess we'll see next week whose predictions were closer. I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Peace out.